Hello everyone, welcome to channel. Today we are going to see a very common error which we get in our workflows, that is object reference not set to an instance of object. So we'll see today why we get it and how we can avoid it. Okay, so let's start with an example. We get this error when we try to access a value which is not having a value, that means it is null. Okay, so for example, this is an empty workflow. So let's take an array here. Let's give it some name and let's define it as array of string, or you can say array of integer. Okay, now if I try to access it, for example, let's take a message box here. Okay, and let's try to access an element which is on first place, so we'll give index as 0. Okay, now there's no value in this variable, but I'm trying to access it, so I'll get this error. Okay, let's check it. Right, we got this error, object reference not set, because there's no value in this array. Okay, let's stop it here. Now once I assign some value, let me assign some value to this array, like on first position I'm saying 2, on second I'm saying 3. Okay, so now when I try to access the value, I should get the value as 2 on the first position. Okay, let me run it. So we'll not get that error this time. See, we got the value as 2. Okay, so similarly, when you are using collections, you need to initialize them. Like if you are using list, if you are using array, right? So data table, so you need to initialize them so that you will not get error. You have to make sure that the value you are accessing is not null. Now you might also get it in other cases. For example, if you are using multiple workflows and then you are defining a value in a particular workflow, and then you are using it in some other workflow, but if the value is null, then again you will get that error. Okay, so let's to show you, let me take a project, a new sequence here in our project. So we'll right click here on this project pane and we'll add a sequence here. Okay, in this sequence, let me take an argument. For example, you can assume that in this sequence we are getting the customer name. Okay, so it should be an out argument and we'll say customer name. Okay, it should be set as out. Save it. Now let's call this particular workflow in our main. Okay, so let me just drag and drop it here. Okay, and here uh, we have to catch the value of this argument into some variable here. So let me define a variable. Let's say str customer name. Okay, and we'll assign it to the str customer name. Okay, now from this workflow, the value will come and we'll use it here in the main. Okay, now since there's no value here, we are not assigning any value here. So when I try to access that value here, let's say I want the length of the customer name. Okay, so let's say customer name dot length. Okay, so I'm trying to access the length of this customer name, but since there will be no value in this, again we'll get an error because the customer name dot length is null, right? So let's see it now. I am running it. It is getting compiled. See, we again got the same error, object reference. Okay, and once I assign some value into this, then I will stop getting that error. So let I have come to the sequence, so let me just assign some value here to our out customer name. Let's assign some value, let's say Peter. Save it, and then I'm running it again. This time will not get error because the str customer name variable will have value as Peter, and then we'll get its length, which is 5 characters. So we'll get 5, right? So hope you got the idea. So if you're using collections, you need to initialize them. You have to make sure that they are not null. In case of other variables like string and all, you have to make sure that there is some value in the variable which you are trying to access. One best practice you can do always to minimize such type of error is, let me show you that. When you are trying to access the value, you can put some conditions. For example, you can put a if block here, right? And you can check the variable you are trying to access is not nothing. That means it is not null, right? Now if it is not null, then you can let me drag and drop it here, then you can print its length. Otherwise what you can do is let me go up. Otherwise what you can say, you can give some other message like no value found for customer name, something like that. Or you can say customer name not found. So this way you can avoid getting that error, right? Let me save it, and now I'm running it. So you will see that since we have value in the str customer name variable, it will show us the characters 5. Now if I sorry now if I delete the value from this sequence, okay, I am just deleting it. So this time there will be no value, right? Going to man again. This time what will happen? The value of this particular variable will be nothing. So it will come to the else block. And here it will say that customer name value not found instead of showing you null reference error. So this is the way you can avoid this error, and this is the best practice. So I'm running it again, and it will say customer name value not found. Since the value is nothing, customer name not found, right? So this is how you get this error when you are trying to access a variable which is value is nothing. Then you get this error, the object reference not set. And this is the way how you can avoid. You can put some checks there to check if the value is not nothing, and then you can define your roles. So that's all in this video. Please share, like, and subscribe my channel to get me motivated. Thank you very much.